Wrestling fans, it's time for Fabulous Wrestling Talk WWE. We are talking SummerSlam 2024 from the amazing God's country that is Cleveland, Ohio. Shout out Cleveland. Probably the best thing anybody's going to say about you all week. I'm here with my tag team partner, Daniel Snyder. I am Jeremy the Impact York. I want to welcome everybody in. Daniel, how are you?
Always good, bud. Always good. Ready for this SummerSlam tomorrow or today, depends on when you're watching this.
Yeah. Yeah, I imagine people are, probably within hours of watching it by the time they watch this. So, happy Saturday then.
Excited for it. It's gonna be fun.
But we were talking beforehand. They bumped this up to 7 matches on the card, which is better than the 4 they normally do. So,
With a possible of an eight, there's always a possible for an eight with Raw. I mean, with SmackDown tonight. We'll say that.
yeah, yeah. Although
But
I will go ahead and I have not seen, because SmackDown was taped more than likely. I have not seen the results. I have not seen anything from it. In fact, it is not even on yet by the time we were recording this. I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to congratulate the Bloodline on being the new tag team champions.
tag team champions, yeah, for real. The only way they don't win is if Cody stops that from happening, or Kevin Owens or Randy Orton. I could see one of them interfering.
But the problem is it has nothing to do with SummerSlam, really, in a way. If Cody does one thing, but if the other two do, it doesn't have hardly anything to do with it. So I don't know.
Well, I
If
mean, it
Cody
kind of,
does try to get in the way, I want Jacob Fatu to throw him into the fifth row.
but the other two would have a reason to because both of them have been hurt over the last 2 weeks by them. Every time Cody tries to team with somebody, they take him out.
Well, I mean,
So
there's your lesson. Don't team with Cody Rhodes. Wait, what? No, that's a hard no, Cody. We're doing a show. I'll call you back. He wanted us to team this weekend, and we're not going
yeah,
to do that.
not doing it. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get beat
I
up by the
can't
bloodline.
I can't have you hurt for your birthday. Which, if you're watching this on Saturday, happy birthday. So we can't have people getting hurt. We're too old to get hurt. We can't do that.
Man, what?
We hurt enough already.
I'm telling you, waking up.
But enough about getting old, folks, because we're not old. We're very young compared to most. And a lot of other people that are younger than us are on this card. I have no idea what order they're going to do this in. Like I said, the order I have, it could go top to bottom, bottom to top. I'm going to go bottom to top on it because I think that makes the most sense. We're going to start with CM Punk finally getting his hands on Drew McIntyre, who's finally getting his hands on CM Punk, and Seth Rollins is in the middle of it. And somebody asked me the other day, why is Seth the referee? I said, first off, you need Seth Rollins on this card. This is the only place you can really put him that makes sense. And two, Punk and Drew are both very known for going off script and potentially actually turning this into an actual fight. And a normal referee is not going to be able to get in between them. Seth Rollins can get in between them long enough until they can get them spread apart. So I feel like that's why he's there, because he's a better enforcer than the referees.
Yeah, and like you said, they had to find a place for him. He's not in the world title right for this right now.
Yeah.
He really doesn't have anybody to go against right now. So they're like, and he is kind of been the third wheel in between with these two. So why not put him
Yeah.
in between them?
Yeah.
Um,
It makes sense.
I feel like this is one of the matches that could go either way. Because on Raw, you didn't watch it, I did.
Yeah.
Seth said, I will count to three when I feel like counting to three. He looked at Drew and he said that. He looked at CM Punk and he said, "You will, you will tap out when I say you've tapped out." So
I like
Seth
it.
made it very clear that this match ends when he wants it to end, and the way he wants it to end is how this match is going to end. Um, it makes sense for Drew to win because, excuse my French, but they've been shitting on Drew for the last 3-4 months.
I would
You
say
know,
3 or 4 years, but yeah.
yeah, okay. But I'm talking about just, yeah, I agree. And
We
it
got
makes
you on
sense.
this show, Drew. We got you, my fellow Scotsman. We got to represent. I got you, Drew. I'm a CM Punk fan. a big CM Punk fan. I'm a big Drew McIntyre fan as well. Drew, we have you on this show. They've really been after you.
And it makes sense for CM Punk to win because he has to get that bracelet back. He has to, of all the stuff that's been happening. But this is what I see. Drew McIntyre wins because it has to end at Bad Blood. You know what I'm saying? So
I'm
there
cool
has
with that. As somebody trying to get to that particular show, that I'm cool with that.
it has to. I feel like there's going to be a triple threat match
Ooh.
with these three in a cage, and it's going to be because Seth causes Punk to lose, but then beats up Drew, or something's going to happen where Punk's not going to get what he needs out of it. Drew's finally going to get a win, but Seth is going to be a part of it. So, but I see Drew winning this match.
Oh, what if Seth just DQs them both and just throws the whole thing out? Because then they both would be mad, like, no, we need to have a winner. And he'd be like, well, I'm the referee. What are you going to do? And then that causes the melee. But I do think Drew could get the win here. And I think maybe Punk finds this way to get his bracelet back, or maybe Drew takes it off, tosses it in the air, and when Punk goes to catch it, Claymore. And that
Yeah,
could and Seth just kind of goes like, well, that was stupid.
I could see CM Punk pulling a Stone Cold thing, knocking out Drew, then knocking Seth out, and using Seth's hand himself to do the count.
I can see that. I
So,
mean,
I mean, but I'm
he can't be the referee as well in this match because he's a participant. So that's probably the next best thing.
so yeah, I'm still going to ride with Drew. That's who I think wins this.
Yeah, I agree. We agree so far. It's nothing personal. I think Drew needs the boost going
Yes.
into. I like the triple threat idea, and if it's going to be called Bad Blood, then this thing has to be a Hell in a Cell, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking so.
Like regular cage is not enough. I just saw a cage match a couple weekends or last weekend, and it was fantastic. I don't think these three could do much better than the one I saw. But that moves us to matchup number two. Sami Zayn defending his was that Intercontinental he's got? I think it is.
Yes.
Versus the pride of Cobb County,
Michigan.
Georgia,
Oh, I'm about to say, I think,
Braun
yeah, that's right.
Breaker. Yep.
His dad
Oh
from
yeah.
Michigan.
Look, lifelong Michigan fan, but I'm a KSU alum too. So don't confuse those two. Those owls will come at you.
Well, I'm saying his dad and uncle's from Michigan, so
Yep. Yep.
I
Both
figured I
Michigan
figured he
alum
might have.
there.
But
But
you know who I'm riding with. You know who I'm riding with here. Say, I feel like it was a super dumb move that they didn't put the belt on him in the last Premium Live event.
there had to be something happen. Like
But maybe,
it felt like he was
well,
going
I
to win
think,
the whole way. So maybe there was a setback. Maybe he told Triple H his mom smells like fish or something. I don't know. He said he must have said,
well,
did something.
well, think about it. Well, now this is, I had to do some thinking because it didn't make sense, and then I thought of this. SummerSlam is one of the big four. Why not
Yep.
put the belt on him at one of the big four events?
Okay.
So it's like,
That
hey,
makes sense.
let's put this IC belt on him at SummerSlam. The next time you'll be seeing him, I could see him winning the Royal Rumble this year in men's.
Okay.
Um,
This far out, that's not a bad pick.
but it was, and this is what I'm thinking. They put the IC belt on him at SummerSlam, and they see how he carries it, what kind of champion he is, all the way until Rumble. And they're like, if they see, okay, he can carry a title, he can carry the spot.
Yep.
That's our opportunity to push him. If they see, okay, he's not ready, then we'll just make him really hot in the Royal Rumble. He just won't win. But I
Right.
see
I mean,
this is where Sammy drops the title.
yeah, he could have, 8 eliminations or something in the Royal Rumble and still look really good. So, something like that.
And there's a reason why I say Sammy drops the title here. But we'll get to that later.
We'll get to that later. Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. It's Braun. It's time to move that belt off Sammy, and Braun is actually somebody worth putting it on because he's a fresh opponent for everybody Sami Zayn's beat in the last 6 months.
And I feel like they don't know if he's a face or heel. I feel like everybody loves him, so he can't be a heel. And he's going against one of the biggest faces in the company in Sammy, and people are still cheering Braun. So
Yeah.
they're like, let's get the title on him and let him be a face. But So you think Braun wins here too?
Oh yeah, yeah. I don't see how it's not.
Once again, that's
Which
how we felt last month.
I was about to say, if we're this sure of it, then folks, go ahead and go to your favorite betting site that allows wrestling odds and pick Sami Zayn, because every time we are 100% sure about something, it's the opposite. Probably because Triple H is listening right now. In fact, if you look, he's probably right back here throwing up
He's
a
hot.
few sets
He's
of
he's
dumbbell
behind the
curls.
curtain. I see him behind the curtains.
He is. I thought I saw that curtain move a minute ago, so that's definitely because he's definitely not. Where where is it?
Coming out the
He's
doors or
definitely
the
not up
bathroom.
there
Yeah.
somewhere. Yeah. Yeah, he's not up there. That's where Sean's at. But Triple H back here somewhere. That moves us next to the one that you are probably more tuned to than some of the rest of them, where Logan Paul is going to defend that United States belt against the guy that I don't understand why Chick-fil-A will not put him on a commercial and say L.A. Knight says eat more chicken. I mean, I don't understand why that didn't happen. I mean, for all it's worth, he could have one of these cool things on while he says it.
I
They actually give you cool prizes now on kids meals.
like
But
that.
yeah, Logan Paul defending against LA Knight. We got one title moving already. You think one moves here?
This is another one of those situations where I'm like, how has this man not been given a title to run with? You take The Rock, you take Stone Cold, you mix them in a cup, and you got LA Knight. Yeah. And there it's time. It's time to take that title off of Logan. It's time for LA to have a championship. Uh, I'm a Mark. I'm a LA Knight fan. I'm a stan. I'm whatever you want to call it. He's my dude. Um, can we please put a title on this man? So I'm going LA Knight again.
I want to. Uh, we got Braun getting a belt, and any title change, I'm going to go ahead and say spoiler alert. Unless you convince me otherwise, the rest of the night after this match, none of the titles are moving. I think they stay with who they're on. If they're going to move, I think it's Intercontinental and or US. I don't think the rest of them are going to move for a lot of
You're
reasons that we
showing
will
you're
get
showing
into
your hand. Yes, yes, yes. I
very
like
shortly.
that. I
Very
like that.
shortly. And like I said, unless you convince me otherwise, which can happen, but this this is looking kind of freaky. I'm disappearing all over the place, like David Copperfield over here. But I agree. I don't understand why LA Knight has not got some sort of even a halfway of a tag team or some kind of title run at this point. I
he's
mean, and he's dang near our age, so he's kind of running out of time.
he's got the look. He's got the mouthpiece. He's got all the charisma, all the fans. It's almost like, what are we waiting for? But yeah. So you're going LA
This
Knight
one,
also?
man, I want to, but I just feel like they're going to keep it on Logan one more time, and LA Knight is kind of like Drew McIntyre light in that he's just going to keep getting
Yeah.
shafted.
Ah, that's
It just
sad. But yeah, I can
it
see it.
has the feeling written on it. And I don't like it. I mean, I like Logan Paul. I think he's more than earned his stripes. I think he's a
I
fantastic
agree.
wrestler. I
Man,
didn't say the
he is
word
a
performer.
great
I didn't say
performer.
showman. I said he's a great wrestler. He knows what he's doing.
Yes.
I just, I mean, at some point his run's going to end too. I don't know if it's
You just don't think
SummerSlam.
it's SummerSlam. Got you.
Yeah, I don't think
I
it's
can
this
respect that.
situation. I mean,
I
could
can
it be like
respect
a
that.
random SmackDown? Maybe, but more than likely I mean, feels to be bad blood in Atlanta. I'm cool with that. But that's a while away. So there's something in between there. But I'm gonna go Logan.
Yeah, you're right.
I don't want to, but I feel like we can't be super sure on all of them. So I'm going Logan.
Got you.
Because the next one that would make totally no sense whatsoever that a title would change hands. Now, the challenger could win the match. I don't think he's gonna win the belt. Cody Rhodes is going to defend the belt against Solo Sikoa. I got Solo as the third or fourth best member of his own group, and it's nothing personal to him. He's in a very talented group. I think his leadership is going to get called into question, and I think cousin Roman is going to show up sooner rather than later, and he's going to show up with a posse. And I don't know if we're going to get Bloodline versus Bloodline. I don't know what exactly they're going to do, but I just like I said, Solo might win the match, but it's going to be DQ because the Bloodline just beats the crap out of him.
So here's what I got. Number one, I'm ready for Cody to drop the belt. I'm tired of him being champion. Okay, you did your story. Give it to somebody else. I'm tired of seeing you. I'm tired of looking at you. I bought him on Call of Duty so that I could run around and get shot as him. Um, but unfortunately, Solo is not ready. He wasn't ready to be the tribal chief. Um, he's not there, and I don't know what they're doing. But there's no reason for him to become champion. He's not that. He's not that. So
No.
now to talk about it a little bit of earlier. The reason I say Sammy drops the belt or the title is because he will be joining Roman Reigns' bloodline with Jimmy and Jay.
Oh, I see that. Okay, I like that. See,
Because
let me disagree with part of that. I don't think Jay's in it. Jay has done too much on his own. He's built up on his own. He's in the middle of the other storyline right now. I would not take him out of the best storyline to put him in the
what
second best.
what storyline? What is he in?
He's trying to he figures this is Jay Uso logic, which kind of adds up. This kind of sounds like maybe us in high school. He thinks Rhea might be available, so he's like, "You should call me up." He's trying to jump in the middle of that
I've seen
storyline, and it's
that.
actually kind of funny.
Yeah, I've been seeing that, but I feel like because Sammy has also kind of joined that. So that's
Yeah,
so what I'm saying is Roman makes his appearance. You're not winning that title. The person that's taking that from Cody will be me. So especially all that talk that Solo's been doing.
hmm,
So Roman is the one that causes this to be a DQ. Roman causes him not to win SummerSlam. Um, and he will put together the Jimmy, Jay, and Sammy slowly. It'll slowly come together
I got a different
because
member for you.
you talking about one of the other guys that's going to be
Well, I
signed?
mean, at some point, Tama Tonga and Tongaloa's brother Hikuleo is going to show up. They've already trademarked his name. So at some point, I think you're going to get Solo and the three Haku kids, and I think Jacob Fatu is actually going to join Roman. He's going to kind
I
of
could
swap
see that.
sides. But as a hidden member, remember, I mean, there could be 8, 9, 10 of these Samoan brothers, but also remember that Roman and Seth were in a group together, so Seth could be a hidden member to jump in on one of these.
Yeah, it's got, but like I agree with you. Cody Rhodes keeps the title, but I think that Roman or Paul dangerously. Paul Heyman, it
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
helps him out. You know, I
yeah.
wouldn't be
I don't.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see Brock Lesnar.
I would.
You touched the Paul Heyman guy.
Yeah. Well, he would come in like a Braun Breaker. He would just wreck the room because he'd be like, "Don't touch Paul. I don't give a crap about any of you, but don't touch Paul."
Yeah. Um, Cody wins. You
Yeah,
think
I'll say
you
Cody
think
wins.
Solo wins? Oh, I was like, you think Solo wins, but not the title. He wins by, or you think Cody wins, but it's going to be by DQ because he gets beat down by the whole clan.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
Brought to
Uh,
you by
we got
Zaxby's.
we got 3 matches to go, so let's see if we can fit these in. One I think we can fly past. Not this one though. Liv Morgan is going to defend her title and her honor as a nice young lady against the returning Rhea Ripley, who I would normally be on Rhea's side here, but I think you keep it on Liv. I think Liv is more than lived up to being a top draw and a big time player. And I wouldn't immediately just have Rhea come back and snatch it from her. In fact, somewhere after this match, have Rhea, and Dom in the back, and he's trying to console her, and Charlotte walks by and goes, "You couldn't beat Liv? That's cute," and walks off because Charlotte's ring ready.
I see Liv winning because Dom accidentally helps her. That's
Yep.
what I see happening.
Yep, and we're gonna
Um,
see more pieces of the armor of that faction, the Judgment Day, fall off.
Yeah. So they're doing a great storyline with that. This women's side is a whole lot better than the Bailey one on the other side.
Yeah,
Um, and I think they're just waiting for the right opportunity for Tiffy time, which I'm starting to. I don't
it
know.
could be. It could be tomorrow night.
Could be. But yeah, I got Liv winning as well. I do got Liv winning as well.
I think it just makes more sense. You don't want to immediately have her drop it just because Rhea come back, because then building her up over all this time was for nothing.
Exactly.
Uh,
Then, but she will end up winning it, but just not at SummerSlam.
right? Yeah, she'll get it back at some point, or she'll swap brands once Judgment Day blows up, which
Or
is
she
it.
joins. She joins Jay.
I think that'd be a fun pair. I like her and Priest better, but hey,
I agree.
yeah,
I agree.
got to holler at your boy Jay. He's doing a great job of trying to get in the middle of that.
Yeet.
Yeet. We started a Yeet chant at a wrestling show we were at uh, over the
He's
weekend, and it
over.
was
He's
it was
so over right now, dude.
oh, he really is. And somebody who's also pretty over is Bailey, who is defending her title against Nia Jax. I feel like somehow she's gonna end up retaining. It's not that Nia can't beat her, because she can. I think it makes better sense to either have Stratton, either take her out at an inopportune time like this, or to just call her shot after this. Like Bailey eggs her on, Tiffy cost Nia the match, and Bailey just goes, "If you want this title, cash it in. I'll see you at the next pay per view." And she gets so worked up that she goes, "I'm cashing in the next pay per view."
I don't see Tiffy doing that. I see her. She's a conniving person. Um, Bailey wins. Nia Jax gets mad, and she kind of slams her or squishes Bailey after the match.
It walks off.
Tiff, yep, and Tiffy time starts.
I think so.
So
I'd wait till she got to the top of the ramp, because you're faster than her. Wait till Nia gets top of the ramp and just take off at a dead sprint and toss the briefcase up at once and just do this and run in there and jump on her.
I feel like Nia's not going to care after she lose. She's just mad. She beat up Bailey. I'm done. I'm going on about my business. Um, Bailey beats Nia, but Tiffy cashes in the Money in the Bank.
I like it. I would love to see it, but just for the sake of argument, I'm going to say she doesn't cash in tonight
Okay,
or tomorrow night.
but you do believe Nia wins. I mean, not Nia, but Bailey.
Bailey, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I agree.
Nia gets her chance down the line. All right, got about 4 minutes to get into what we think is the main event, which should be plenty of time. Damian Priest defends his World Heavyweight Championship against Gunther. Once again, I think Gunther's time is coming, but I got the champ retaining. I want Priest to have the belt a little bit longer. I think pairing him and Rhea down the road will help this out a lot, but I need him to be champ for that to happen. So I got Priest retaining, but I got this being one of the best matches you're probably going to see in a while.
I think it's going to be a great match. I'm not on the Gunther train. I've never been on the Gunther train. I feel like it's been put. I feel like he has no charisma. Um, Remember, I'm from the generation of the I watched the Damian Priest and Gunther face to face thing that they had, and it was not entertaining. It wasn't entertaining at all.
Because somebody has given Gunther lines that he would not normally say, and he doesn't know how to deliver them, and it's not in his demeanor. It's like if me and you tried to be just absolute, just trash people. We're just too nice. It's hard for us. We can be a little edgy, but we couldn't be super villains because we're just
But
nice.
and that's the thing. That's what makes Damian. That's why I don't think Gunther should be a champion. I mean, he did decent with the IC. I wasn't impressed. I mean, he was just made out to be a big bad dude.
Yeah,
Um, I don't see him as carrying the company. I see Damian as carrying the company.
yeah,
Um, I see him. He can talk. He's a leader. He's got a lot of charisma. That's all. Only thing, and this is what makes me mad is it's almost like the King of the Ring was wasted on Gunther. He doesn't carry the nothing around that had anything to do with the King of the Ring.
He never put that crown on his head. He carried it out.
Yeah, so I'm saying I just a lot of stuff's being wasted on this man, and I'm not a fan. I too, I'm going for Damien just because I'm saying Damien wins just because I want him to. But I'm scared that they will put the title on Gunther, but it doesn't happen here. It doesn't happen here.
Right.
Damien
Yeah, I
wins.
agree. I agree. Like I said, I think Priest hangs on to it for a little bit. There's a couple more matchups I want to see. And then if Gunther wants to win it, that's fine. But I think he's a transitional champion.
Like, what do you do? Who do you put against Gunther? Against Damien, we've seen him. He was good with Seth. He was good with Drew. He'd be good with CM Punk. Damien can perform. He's had a couple bad skips here and there. The rope thing with the kick, that wasn't his fault. When his foot got caught in the ropes and he flung over, I don't
Right,
think that
right.
was his fault.
No,
Um,
it
and
stuff happens.
and the match with Seth, there's multiple things there, and we talked about this a little bit. I think he was waiting for the music to hit, and also I think he might have been a little out of it. So stuff happens. I'm Damian Priest all the way.
Yep. And since we've made it to the end of the show, impact underscore media underscore is how you find us on YouTube to watch all of our shows. You can find us on all our social medias. Drop your gamer tag and Twitch and everything.
And YouTube, Daniel Snyder 8361 DANIELSNYDER 8361. There's no spaces. Just look for me.
Definitely do that. Like I said, I still got to get some of these wrestlers to start adding you as a gamer tag because they play probably as much as you do, all the different things. But in
Love
the
it.
last few minutes, let me throw this out. If Gunther does become champion, I think the right person to take it off of him is your boy L.A. Knight because it needs to be somebody like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's my 2 cents. That's been our 30 minutes or so. Make sure to watch SummerSlam. Make sure to come back next week. We're gonna recap everything and who knows what else we'll get into. But for my tag team partner Daniel Snyder, I am Jeremy York. We will see you guys next time. Deuces gooses.